They say a picture paints 1,000 words. Unfortunately, when I submitted 2 pictures in place of a 2,000-word essay, I received a fail. Salvador Dali is a man that didn't fail in life, but did paint a lot of pictures. The National Gallery of Victoria has been exhibiting his works for the past few months, and on this closing weekend, the gallery will remain open from Saturday morning right through until Sunday night. To talk about Dali and this art gallery come Nightspot, I'm joined by Sophie Matthieson, International Curator of Art at the NGV. Thanks so much for joining me on the program tonight.
Wonderful to be here, Paul. Thanks for asking me.
That's all right. Now, this gallery, let's talk a little bit about it. It's been open for the last few months. How's the response been?
It's been absolutely stupendous. It's outstripped all our expectations. It's punching so far above its weight. We just can't believe the success of the show.
Why is that? Like, I mean, how many people are we talking, and like, why is it that it's become so successful?
We're talking over 300,000 people. We thought if we got 200,000, we'd be doing well. Now we've had, over 3 times the maximum capacity of the MCG.
Wow.
So that's, 1/3 people all getting up there, and it's going to be more by the end of Sunday.
So that means you basically beat the grand final.
We have indeed, 3 times over.
Yeah, art over sport any day. Yeah, cool.
That's supporters and non-supporters included.
Yeah, cool. Now, I've been to see the gallery, and I probably didn't spend as much time as I'd like to in there. People when they go along, what's the best viewing time? What's the most you've seen?
Well, I've turned up an hour before opening time, and the queue has been going around the block. So that's a bit amazing. It means it's crowded quite early on. There's a kind of buzz from that crowding, but with opening at 24 hours across the night, as we're going to do on Saturday night, that's your chance to find a quieter moment if that's what you're after. If you want fun too, that's your chance as well.
What's the thing? Is this pitch somewhat like with youth market in mind? Because a lot of young people will be like, 3 a.m. on a Saturday, like I could go home or I could go see some Salvador Dali.
This is an everyone market we're after.
But are we thinking about the young people here?
We have a fantastic deal though for the young people. After 4 p.m, the ticket price drops for students down to $11, and it stays that way all through the night. So that's your chance to get a cheap ticket.
Yeah. Are you worried a bit about like 3 a.m, like 4 a.m. crowds, the type of people that you might be getting in there that might have, I don't know, just realistically, think about young people, they might have had a few, and then they go, hey dude, I've heard about this Salvador Dali thing, and then rock it in.
We're looking for fun lovers.
Yeah, okay, fun lovers.
The show is fun. The atmosphere will be fun. We have measures to stop too much fun. But that's never happened before. We're not expecting
that's all right.
anything.
Yeah, but they're like DJs and bands and stuff playing through the night, aren't they?
Right through the night. Rapscallion is playing. We've got a DJ right through the 24 hours. We have live entertainment, roving entertainment. Elephants on stilts, you name it. It's all happening down there.
Wow.
We'll all be down there. There'll be cocktail parties. There'll be live crossovers with the radio.
That's going to be quite insane.
It's going to be a party.
Let's talk a bit about the actual attraction itself, Dali. He himself was a bit of a child prodigy, but I didn't see he ever had a TV show. So, I mean, what did he do to attain child prodigy status?
Well, he's a bit like that famous statement, I am TV. He did become a TV guru. He got that status early on because he was a child prodigy. He could do anything, and he had the confidence just to sort of make a statement. And he loved the cameras, he loved attention. But he started off very shy. He was an introvert, and he spent those introverted years just swatting away, learning from the geniuses and surpassing them where he could.
So he just spent a good few years deciding what he was all about, and then when he's like, I think I've got this figured out, I'm going to go and have a go at this.
He had a plan.
And that's the thing about Dali is that, I mean, probably people most know him for like all the melting clock painting and stuff. That's probably the most familiar iconography. But he did like films and all that sort of stuff. Like he was all across it, wasn't he?
Yes, people compare him to Leonardo. There was nothing he couldn't do. And he had that sort of curiosity, he wanted to do everything. You'll see in the show, there's over 200 works, and they're not just paintings. It's film, it's jewellery, it's fashion design, it's holograms, it's stereoscopic photographs, it's photographs that have been altered, it's so many things, sculpture. There's no containing this sort of genius. That is the real mark of genius. It's creativity with everything you touch.
So what's your favourite, have you been asked this a bit, what your favourite piece in the gallery is, or in the exhibition?
Oh, I love his little portrait of his wife Gala with lamb chops on her shoulders. He had this idea that if you loved something enough, you wanted to devour it, you wanted to eat it, you wanted to eat the object of your desire.
Sounds a bit German to me.
He loved Freud. Anyway, he paints her with a little lamb chops on her shoulders, and this is a painting that I thought was a big picture when it arrived. It was 8 centimetres by 10 centimetres.
Wow! So people should look out for it. They might miss it.
Absolutely. We've got 2 like that, and it shows that he can work at a perfect level on a tiny scale, but also on a huge scale.
Yeah. Wow.
We have paintings that are 3 metres high.
Yeah, wow. So he just does anything. Because I've been through it, and I guess I personally, you know, I went in there not knowing that much about him, and not knowing that much about art. I found the kids' little plaques. I don't know if it was a rhino or an elephant. That's so much more useful than the proper text there.
You know what? We're getting that comment from a lot of people.
Yeah.
People who know art galleries inside out. They're just loving those little labels. That rhino was especially important to Dali. He believed that the rhino horn was cosmically significant. He loved painting rhinos. The kids are loving those signs, but everyone's reading them.
Yeah, well, this is the thing, because you've got kind of the adult, I guess, the proper. I'm not sure who's written them. I guess the curators have explaining each piece. Which is really interesting. It's quite intellectual, all that sort of thing. But I liked it because you could read that, but then you could kind of get a real handle on it. So I'm just encouraging people, if they're not really sure, the great thing is that it's still making it accessible. I mean, is that something you're always conscious of, curating something like this? Of like you've got people that are very much high art, but then trying to really make it accessible.
We want maximum audiences, and we want all age groups. And with this show, we're really getting it, so we're doing something right.
Yeah, cool. Well, Sophie Matthieson, good luck for the rest of it. It's obviously only got about 48 hours left of the show.
Yes.
But I'll be down there, I don't know, maybe 3 a.m. I'll just stumble in. Not like, you know, with my head, but I'll stumble in just because I'll be tired because it's 3 a.m. and have a good time. So thank you so much.
We'll have a pillow waiting for you,
and
a refreshing drink.
I'll have a bit of a slumber. Thanks so much for joining us in the program.